A company called Aros reached out to me asking if I'd be keen to review some of their accessories. Of course I said yes, and a few weeks later the package arrived. I was super excited since this was the very first time I've had someone reach out to me. So without further ado, let's get into the first of the 5 products, the cleaning kit. The cleaning kit comes with a microfiber cloth, the cleaning product itself, and then a scrubber sponge thingy. The back of the bottle has instructions on how to use the product, which is to apply the cleaning foam to the surface itself. I found that applying to the sponge works a little better, especially for the perforated seats in the new Highlander Model 3. In fact, it was a little challenging cleaning the perforated parts since it would all soak into the holes, but applying to the sponge worked great. After I was happy I had cleaned enough, I dried off the seats with a cleaning cloth and was pretty surprised at how well the product had worked. It also kept the matte feel and finish. I also tried it on the back of the seats that were all marked up, and it worked really well there as well. Next up, the cup holder liner. If you're anything like me, your cup holders are dirty and it's also pretty hard to clean this area. So the idea with a liner is that it will make it easier to clean because you can just remove it and clean it and put it back in. Now to install it, you just push it into the cup holders, and it does require a little bit of force. I was disappointed with the fit. It didn't fit too well, to be honest. I wonder if this was designed for the old Model 3 and the dimensions have changed slightly. Your other issue is that when trying to take the bottle out, it sort of lifts the liner, so I'm not too keen on this accessory. Next up is a charger liner. Now similar to the cup holders, my charging pad is starting to get dirty and you can see the lines of where I've put my phone. I'm thinking in the long term, this fabric will get all dirty and it's pretty hard to clean, so it's great to have a little protector that goes over the top. Given that the cup holder didn't fit too well, I was a little worried that this wouldn't either, but it actually fits super well and it almost looks OEM in fact. The charging mat also doesn't affect the charging at all, and I really recommend this one. Next up, the center console organizers. They're both lined with this fabric material that's similar to the inside of the center console in the Tesla. I'm not too sure how to explain how to install this, but if you buy this product, you kind of just work it out. One of them is a drawer type thing for the front part, and you know you've installed it correctly since it will slide back and forth very easily. This one's great for storing coins or little bits and bobs, and sliding the drawer out of the way gives you access to the stuff below, which is great. The other piece sits underneath the armrest and has 2 notches that line up with the 2 dips that are underneath the armrest component. Both organizers also have this opening or hole where you can feed a cable from the USB-C charging ports inside the center console through to inside the organizer where you can charge your phone. This one is also great for little bits and pieces, and overall I would highly recommend getting these organizers, as otherwise the center console is just a massive pit. Last but not least, we have the phone holder from Aros. It comes in 2 pieces and you might be a little confused as to how to put this all together and install it as I was, but allow me to explain. So this piece here slots into the vent area as I'm attempting to demonstrate. The other piece is the part in which your phone will slot in. It's got the Tesla branding on it, which is pretty cool. Then to put it together, you just need to screw the 2 pieces together at whatever angle you prefer. So now on to installing it. There's really only one place you can install this holder, which is the only downside to this phone holder. On the right side of the steering wheel, and I'm in a country that has the steering wheel on the right hand side of the car, the trim piece doesn't have enough clearance, so the only place to install it is on the left of the steering wheel. It's not a big issue, and the other thing is that you can't really install it in the middle where the steering wheel is, and it would have been great to have it there as it would be a second display of sorts, but then you'd be blocking the air vent. Now to install the holder, you essentially just shove it into the space between the trim and the dashboard. It does require a little bit of force, but once it's fully installed, it will click into place. And if it doesn't click into place, you just need to move the little rubber feet into the gap and then you'll hear the click. This phone holder is a great alternative if you don't want to stick something on the back of the screen or use a suction cup windscreen mount. It's surprisingly sturdy and it fits my iPhone 13 Pro Max just fine. So you shouldn't have any problems with larger phones or heavier phones. Alright guys, that brings me to the end of the video. A huge thanks to Aros for sending these my way. All the products I reviewed are linked in the description below. Aros have also hooked us up with a discount code RIAZ20 for 20% off. And if you use the code, you'll also receive a free surprise product. How mad is that? Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one.